Calvin, congratulations on your first call-up. How did you find out? Did you get a call from someone? Was that a social media one? How did you find out?
Thank you. It was actually social media on Twitter. So it was the day where we was playing Derby, and obviously I was starting, and then I was on Instagram, Twitter and that in the morning before the game, and I seen it on Scotland's Twitter and I was delighted, phoned my mum, my dad and that, let them know that I was in the squad for the first time, and they were over the moon for me.
Yeah, what a day you had, your first start for Liverpool on the day you're called up to the senior Scotland squad for the first time. Was it hard to concentrate that day, or did you just put it to the back of your mind, enjoy it later on, or what was your thought process?
I had to put it to the back of my mind. Obviously I was delighted and happy that I'd got my first call up, but the main thing at that point was starting for Liverpool in the League Cup, and it was a good moment. Obviously played well in that, so no, it was good.
But you've been involved for Scotland through the age groups from 16s right up to 21s, and now this, it must have come as a massive boost.
Yeah, definitely. First age group was 16s, I think, like you said, and it's been a great experience all the way through, playing with top players, the best players in the country in that. So to get the call up for the first team squad, it's a dream come true, and I think it's what everyone aims to get to when they're playing for the younger age groups in Scotland.
Has it come earlier than expected? Maybe people don't appreciate you've had to be really patient this season. There was a slight injury showed up in your medical, and you're only really just back up and running now, so to get your call up now must be beyond your expectations.
Yeah, I think so. It was when I got my move to Liverpool and done the medical, and they found something wrong with my back, so I was out for probably about a month and a half or 2 months. But once I'd done all my rehab and that, the main thing was just to focus on football and try and force my way into the Liverpool squads, and thankfully I'd done that, made my debut in the Champions League against Napoli, and then played in the League Cup, started that match, and now to get the call up for the first team, it's been a great couple of months. So.
Well, you mentioned your debut in the Champions League. That was a great name drop there, a real humble brag. Your life has changed considerably in the last few months. I mean, it's not as if you were an untried kid when you went down south. You had a lot of first team football from Aberdeen under your belt, but just how much has your life and professional life changed in the last few months?
Yeah, quite a lot, to be fair. Like you said, at Aberdeen, I think it gave me a brilliant platform to come down to Liverpool. I played quite a lot of first team football. I played in Europe when they were in the Conference League. I played in cup matches and all that, and then got my move to Liverpool. And as soon as I came to Liverpool and it was announced, I got quite a lot more followers on social media and stuff like that. And then when I was going out into town, hadn't played a game for Liverpool, I was going in town and people were recognising me. But no, it's been good for me and my family. We've enjoyed it, and main thing now is just to try and get more appearances. You
said the players were very welcoming from the start.
Yeah, definitely. Before I came, I was actually in a restaurant in Aberdeen, and Andy Robertson, James Milner, Harvey Elliott, they were all messaging me, congratulating me on the move and stuff like that. And then I think that made it a bit easier going down, because I was a little bit nervous, to be honest, going and seeing world-class players. And to be fair, I think I settled in really well, got to know them all, and training with them every day, and I'm learning a lot.
Andy's obviously captain here. Is he someone that's maybe raised belief among boys your age? When you see, everyone knows his story by now, but when you see what he's achieved at a club like Liverpool, and even from the background that he had, does that maybe raise the expectation what you can do, or give you something to try and emulate?
Yeah, definitely. He's a great role model for all footballers, especially for young Scottish players coming through. And for me, he's been brilliant. He's been on my case a little bit, but I think that's been good because he's been hard on me, and it's kept me like level-headed and wanting to work hard. And I hope he keeps it up, to be honest. But yeah, I think all young players coming through will definitely be looking up to the likes of Andy Robertson.
You're obviously been well looked after at Liverpool. You've got Andy there, the kit man Brendan, Scottish, and now you're playing even a mentor role at your grand old age to 16 or 17-year-old Ben Doak now. So you're in good company down there.
Yeah, there's quite a few Scottish players at the club, involved with the club. So no, it's good having people there. Like especially when I first went down, it was good to have Robbo there, Scottish, somebody I could get on well with and help me. I think everyone knows what Ben Doak's like. He's top talent, and if he keeps working hard, he can go really far in the game. But he's a good guy, to be fair. Get on well with him. I've trained with him a couple of times, and when I played a few 21s games for Liverpool, I was playing alongside him, and he's a very good player, direct, and then came on, made his debut against Derby, I think it was. So he's got a bright future ahead.
You were saying off camera, the manager's been really good and supportive, especially when you've come from playing every week to then having the frustration of starting with the injury. You just want to go to a new club, hit the ground running, but he said he'd reassured you just to come back when you're ready. Yeah,
he knew once everyone found out that I was going to be out for a little while. He just spoke to me and said that I've got to keep my head up, training's not going to go anywhere, it's always going to be there. It's a long-term contract I've signed, so once I get back from my injury, which I have, I just need to go and train and work hard, and I think I've done that. When I've went into training, I've tried to not hide away or shy away from the ball, get on the ball as much as I can, do what I know I can do, and that's all I can do, and we'll see what it takes me.
And Steve Clarke says that you're here for the promise and the form you showed at Aberdeen rather than the potential you've got down at Liverpool. It must come as a bonus to know that the manager's had his eye on you for some time now.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, he's had his eye on me for a long time, and I think at Aberdeen I performed well. I was playing week in, week out, and it's just good to hear that I caught the eye of the Scotland manager, so I'm happy with that.
Tell us about some of your earlier Scotland memories. You made a few of the staff feel old when you were reminiscing about the Lee Griffiths free kick against England and all these ancient memories that seem like yesterday for some of us. But you actually ended up in the away end for an away game against England.
Yeah, played England at Wembley, and me, my dad, my granda, we all went down because obviously wanted to go watch Scotland and that, but the only way we could get tickets was in the England end, which wasn't the best scenario, but it was a good experience and it was a good game. I think we went 1-0 up, so we loved it. Obviously when we went 1-0 up, I was about 10 years old, so I'd jump up off my seat celebrating. Got a few looks from England fans, but that was a good moment and one I've remembered.
At least you'll be able to get your family tickets in the right end now that you're in the squad.
Yeah, they're actually coming down. They're leaving today, staying in Istanbul, then flying out here for the game tomorrow. So it's my mum, dad, and my agent's going to come watch the game. So hopefully I can get some minutes.
So you're obviously here to make a good impression. What are the short-term goals for you? And obviously you would love to try and cement a more regular place.
Yeah, I think the main thing is just to keep working hard. I've got to focus on Liverpool when I go back, try and get game time, and I'm sure if I can get game time, then game time and playing well, then I'm sure I can get the call back to the Scotland squad.
All the best when it comes. Congratulations again.
Thank you.